nearing the end of today's snowfall. Already another storm on the map. What it'll look like this time tomorrow afternoon.
A store clerk shot during a robbery.
I'm a little bit scared now, right now, I never saw like this,
Tonight, the first picture of the man police say pulled the trigger.
Frightening moments on board a United Airlines flight. Severe turbulence throws passengers around, including an infant.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 5 starts right now.
We start with breaking news. 3 people found dead inside a New Hampshire home, it appears, from carbon monoxide poisoning. Good evening, I'm Paula Evans.
And I'm Jonathan Elias. Good to have you along tonight. Police discovered the bodies just before noon. Now, this is happening at a home in Plastown, New Hampshire. Our Michael Rosenfield is on his way to the scene right now. And Michael, what have you learned from police so far?
Jonathan, tragic scene in Plastow right now. The state fire marshal confirming 3 dead in a home and a 4th taken to the hospital. The cause here could be carbon monoxide poisoning. Autopsies will be performed later this week. All of the victims were in one home on Center Circle. All are adults in their 30s and 40s, but it's unclear what their relationship is. Authorities tell us that local police got a call from a friend who had been trying to reach them. Police responded around 11:30 this morning and found the victims in the home. The deceased are 2 men and 1 woman. Investigators on the scene right now trying to figure out what happened and say there may have been a problem with a furnace. We have also learned there was a carbon monoxide detector in the home, but the batteries were dead. Firefighters tell me this is a stark reminder about the importance of functioning carbon monoxide detectors and to make sure gas appliances are always vented properly. And if you have an outside vent, keep it clear. This time of year, especially this season with all the snow we've had, the snow can pile up quickly on those vents. Carbon monoxide can build up quickly. It is toxic and it is odorless, so it is difficult to detect on your own. Again, the state fire marshal telling WBZ that 3 are dead, 1 injured in a home on Center Circle in Plastow, New Hampshire, likely the victims of carbon monoxide poisoning. More updates at 6. I'm Michael Rosenfield, WBZ News.
So sad. Michael, thank you. Now to the snow, and it is finally tapering off tonight after several inches fell in just a matter of hours. In fact, this is a live look at the conditions right now. That's in Natick. Cars are being buried. The commute could be an issue. Mobile 4 right now is traveling north on 93 near Medford, and it is slow going, but the good part of this is at least you can see the roads. A couple of hours ago, you couldn't even see that. And the snow started just after 10 o'clock this morning, and it fell very hard, very fast, really for most of the day.
But it is beginning to wind down at this point, so we're keeping our eye on the storm, and we have live team coverage for you. Let's get started right away with our chief meteorologist, Eric Fisher. Eric, we're coming to the end.
Coming to the end, another snowy day here in New England. The snow stacking up quickly, but we're seeing the end in sight. It's all done here across Connecticut and Rhode Island, much of southern Massachusetts. We've even got pretty heavy rain coming down across Cape Cod and the islands, around Plymouth as well, changing over to rain. Boston, not much going on. I just looked out the window here in Alston and barely a flake coming down, but one last arm. It's going to move its way off to the north and east. The heavy stuff now, southeast New Hampshire toward the seacoast and up into Maine. And this is where they'll continue to pick up more snow. And this is where the coldest air has been, and that is why we've been looking at certainly an overachieving storm system. And look at the totals, 6 to 10 inches. The reports Leominster working northward up toward Manchester. You've got 1 to 3 right around downtown Boston and down to southeast Mass. Snowed all day, but it was warmer. You had a heavy wet snow compacting down, and the totals didn't add up nearly as much. And then a half foot or less down toward Connecticut and working through the southern half of Metro West. But certainly this is the bullseye, and this is where temperatures were about 8 degrees colder than expected. You had teens and 20s, and so a very light and fluffy snowfall. And this is where all the highest numbers are. You go from the North Shore down through Boston. I just had a report from a friend over in Gloucester, and he said a half-inch of snowfall there. So big differences compared to where you are on the state today. Certainly one where we're all breaking out the plows yet again. Now, Danielle Niles is in Natick. They have a big old snow pile that continues to grow, and Danielle, this is shades of what we saw a couple of winters ago in Natick. That snow pile is sticking around until June. We hope that's not the case this year.
It's usually here between June and the beginning of July. 80-foot snow pile here in Natick, Massachusetts. I should say 80 feet and just about 6 inches here as the snow continues to come down. This last push, the plow coming by and snowfall rates have been around 1 inch per hour at times this afternoon as conditions quickly deteriorated on roads after noontime today. Check out some of the snowfall totals that have been coming back across the state. A lot of communities ending up with over 6 inches of snow and even that in many places as the snow piled up. 9 inches in Tingsboro, Chelmsford, picking up 7, 6.5 in Pelham, Natick, right here, just under 6 inches. Beverly picking up 4, Littleton 8.2, Ayer picked up 8 inches, Beverly 4, New Bedford 3, and Plymouth picking up 2.5 inches of snow. And it continues to come down here. I looked at the radar, see that last push coming through, but obviously the snow is piling up, and the roads, Route 9 and one of the side streets here right across the street from Shoppers World, just after noontime when the snow came down really hard, Jonathan and Paula, it went downhill really quickly. So the traffic thankfully hasn't been too bad, but cars having a tough time taking it slow right along Route 9 behind me. And I brought my skis. I don't think I'll be skiing down this pile.
I was going to say, with those ice chunks, Danielle, you might want to just walk down. That would be an ugly trip down on the skis. Thanks, Danielle. Appreciate it. Let's get out of the roads.
Yeah.
Earlier in the day when the storm was really at its height, the roads were a mess. On 93 right now, Mobile 4 is out there with Ken McLeod. And Ken, the last time we checked in with you, we saw that the roads actually, you could see the pavement. It was smooth going out there for the most part. Slow, but smooth.
Well, I mean, that's the good news, Jonathan. I mean, the snow has virtually stopped. The storm is seemingly pulled out of here. I'm going to show you the road right now, but that's the downside. I don't think it's going to be in time to save rush hour. As you mentioned, down to the pavement here, but traffic is just an ugly sight. We understand the trip from Boston to Andover, in fact, on 93 is taking 3 times what it normally does. Now, a DOT message board we recently passed warned us it would take 55 minutes to navigate just the next 11 miles. Down on the pike, westbound traffic not too good, and that wasn't helped much by earlier spinouts. A tractor-trailer jackknife out near Sturbridge has shut down the road for a while. And even though state police have dropped the pike speed limit to 40, good luck ever trying to get up to that. At this point, the really slow going is all up north. 93, 495, the northern stretches of 95, and Route 2 heading out through North Worcester County. So highways plowed for the most part, but rush hour traffic nasty, pure and simple. You can see that. I'm sure a lot of folks are calling home to say they will be late. Live in Mobile 4, Ken McLeod, WBZ News. Guys, back to you.
Keep dinner warm. Ken McLeod, we appreciate it. We'll check in again. Thanks. Right now, there are more than 2,600 crews working to clear the roads. Mass DOT officials are monitoring salt supplies closely. And the state received a new delivery of about 40,000 tons over the weekend. Officials say it is a challenge preparing the roads for storm after storm.
The frequency of storms is becoming tiring. I think this is the 20th or 21st event this winter. We are getting a little concerned about fatigue. We're hoping that this is the event for this week. I think they're predicting rain for tomorrow night. But after that, we're supposed to get some 40s and 50s, which will, one, help us clean the edges of the roads a little bit, and also get a little rest on our plow drivers.
Rest would be good. Stay with WBZ and our website throughout the winter as we track these storms. Just head online to check out our interactive radar, information about travel delays, and the newest weather blog. It's all right there on our website, cbsboston.com.
Tonight, Everett police are searching for an armed robber who shot a convenience store clerk. That is the guy they're looking for in that picture. Police spent the day back at that store on Main Street collecting evidence. Our chief correspondent, Joe Shortsley, joining us live in Everett tonight. That's a pretty good picture they have, Joe, to work with.
Yeah, Jonathan, you know, the good news here is this 65-year-old store clerk is expected to be okay. That's what family members are telling us. You know, people in this neighborhood refer to him as Uncle. They say he is gentle and friendly. Needless to say, they're pretty upset about what happened.
He's so nice gentleman because he's so quiet. Everybody in the neighborhood like these people.
The owner of the convenience store says his uncle, 65-year-old Officer Khan, is a good man and very popular with customers. Khan was shot last night about 9:30 by 2 men who burst into the store. Another family member who was beaten up says he did not recognize the gunman.
I talked to my cousin. He says he never saw this guy. He's working here almost 2 years. He's not a regular customer or his neighborhood guy before.
Never saw him before.
No.
Everett police released these images of one of the 2 men who burst into the store last night. This man was not the shooter. Police are trying to identify and capture him. The images of the actual shooter have not been released.
You heard a couple of bang bang.
Lenny Pepper rushed to the store minutes after hearing the gunshots.
Because he got banged out, I guess he got knocked to the floor. And Uncle was trying to defend himself, and when he did, I guess that's when the shooting started.
As many as 3 shots were fired, one through a plate glass front window. Everett police are on the scene all morning gathering evidence. Now, Everett police they tell me that there have been other armed robberies in the area, but they don't believe any of them are connected to these two men who are still on the run tonight. Live in Everett, Joe Shortsley, WBZ News. Paula?
Thanks, Joe. The Massachusetts woman who killed her pregnant friend and then stole the woman's baby will spend the rest of her life behind bars. Today, a judge sentenced Julie Corey to the mandatory life sentence. Last week, a jury convicted her of first-degree murder. In 2009, Corey killed Darlene Haynes. Corey then told her boyfriend that the baby girl she had was theirs. A Dorchester man is in custody accused of attacking an MBTA bus driver. Transit police say on Saturday morning, 34-year-old Joel Casanova was on the Route 22 bus when he rushed the driver. Investigators say when the driver stopped the bus, Casanova pushed the man's head into the window and then ran. Officers say he appeared to have been drunk at the time. Well, for the first time this year, all the returning members of the World Series championship Boston Red Sox are back together.
There was a team workout today at spring training today in Florida, but one familiar face was kind of hard to recognize. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is how we remember Johnny Gomes last year. Thick beard on his face. Remember that? He shaved last week, and that's what he looks like now. You can barely recognize him. Dan Roach is live in Fort Myers tonight. And Danny, are we keeping track how many guys shaved from last year?
Oh, that's a good question, Jonathan. I know it's the one obvious is Johnny Gomes. Beyond that, they just kind of touched it up, not necessarily gone. The one full-blown beard that's still out there is Mike Napoli, as he is part of those positional players. All of them, as you said, reporting today, so they're all in the house ready to go. First full workout will be Thursday for them. Now, as for the rest of the team, well, not only the positional players, pitchers and catchers, everybody out in the field working today. Now, about those newcomers, David Ortiz amongst them out there. He was out there bright and early this morning, and the World Series MVP took to the field, ready to go. Shane Victorino checked in, although he'll take things slowly in camp after having thumb surgery in December. Now, you mentioned Johnny Gomes. He arrived, and noticeably, he is clean-shaven. And as he said goodbye to his famous playoff beard, listen up to what he said.
I wanted to take it out, and just throw it up on the mantle and, would it go out of the champ.
Was it emotional?
Not really, as far as just, really just all the hard work, going into it, but yeah, it's a friggin' beard, I mean, no one died, we're gonna be all right.
Yes, we're going to be all right. That's the bottom line when it comes to those beards. But everybody else looking good. Now, Gomes also, when asked about repeating, said, hey, we went from last to first last year, so why not repeat again and see if we can do it again. He's certainly excited about this upcoming season. Coming up at 6, we'll hear from Shane Victorino, who also reported for duty today. But for now, live here in Fort Myers, hi, Dan Roach, Jonathan Paul. Let's go back to you guys.
Yeah, the Beards don't need their own duck boat parade, right, Dan? After everything they went through last season.
Certainly put that in the proper context, didn't he?
Thank you.
Danny, thanks. February vacation, what February vacation?
Yeah, coming up, why one Massachusetts school district is in session this week and why other towns may take a lesson from them.
Plus, turbulence so severe that a mother lost hold of her baby. Coming up, what happened when a flight flew over the mountains?
And a Maine lobsterman falls overboard into freezing waters. The special skill his father had that saved his life.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Gentle Dental. You should love your dentist. To find a location near you, visit gentledental.com.
The Toyota Avalon. Can such extraordinary beauty be put into words? Words like luxury, innovation, even 40 mpg with our flagship sedan. Yes, the Toyota Avalon, our most beautiful creation ever. Toyota, let's go places.
Show me the movies with the Arnold Schwarzenegger with the stunts and loud explosions and all the muscles. I want to see the comedy programming with the people sitting in the living room with the children. What's brother? Yeah, we'll see the Real Housewives. Right, play. All right, rewind, play.
Jimmy, please. It's been hours. We told you the X1 Entertainment operating system really does work with any voice.
What's on now?
Control your TV with your voice. The X1 Entertainment operating system. Only from Xfinity.
Marvin Windows and Doors mean more to the people that choose them because they do more for their homes than any other window. Only Marvin combines a century of industry-leading design innovation with unmatched quality, durability, and energy efficiency for exceptional value. Which Marvin will be your Marvin?
From downtown to your town, Marvin has a solution that just fits. To find the perfect solution for your next remodeling or replacement project, visit whymarvin.com and find a dealer near you. whymarvin.com.
Here in Philadelphia, you can access a Philly cheesesteak anytime, day or night. Just like you can access Geico anytime, day or night. There's only one way to celebrate this unique similarity. With this, the cheesesteak shuffle.
Cheesesteak, cheesesteak, it's the cheesesteak shuffle, huh? Every day, all day, cheesesteak, cheesesteak. Every night, all night, cheesesteak, cheesesteak. 9 a.m. cheesesteak, 2 p.m. cheesesteak, 3 a.m. cheesesteak, anytime.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This month, GMC is going to work for you, using new ideas and incredible thinking to bring you a professional-grade lineup of advanced engineering and higher standards. And with 2 years of scheduled maintenance on the entire GMC lineup, February is a great time for you to step up to a new GMC. Just announced, through February 28th, use your President's Day bonus cash to lease this 2014 Terrain SLE for around $199 per month.
Find your dealer at gmcdealer.com.
Welcome back. We keep our eye on this latest storm. Live pictures from Mobile 4 tonight. This is on 93 North, approaching Winchester, and you see all the roads down the wet pavement, but boy, it's crowded out there. It's going to be a tricky commute home tonight.
Well, southern New Hampshire is bearing the brunt of this storm, and all the snow has some people concerned. Michael Rosenfield has the story from Hooksett.
Here we go again for shovelers like Betty Delisle, who, like countless others, has been down this road many times this winter.
Well, it's February. I mean, it's New England, so we have to finish snowing, shoveling in snow all over the place. It's a lot of work. We're having a hard time, but we're keeping up.
All the snow has Manchester, New Hampshire firefighters worried about the snow piling up on roofs, and with warmer temperatures ahead, that could pose a major problem.
When we have this amount of snowfall and we have some thawing or rain coming up, the weight will double or triple the weight on the roofs themselves. So the structural integrity of the buildings are compromised at this time.
Firefighters also worried about snowbanks making for narrower streets. It's harder to reach homes in an emergency.
Especially the towns like Lawrence, Lowell, Manchester, they're all mill towns. So accessibility, the streets are very narrow. With the amount of buildup in the snowbanks and everything, and cars parking, we have a hard time getting the apparatus up and down the streets.
But all the snowfall has been a boon for winter sports enthusiasts and businesses who cater to them. At HK Power Sports, sales are up 20%, and it's not just snowmobiles.
What's selling well is our ATVs and our side-by-sides, the fact that you can put tracks on them for ice fishing and getting out in the lake, as well as the opportunity to plow with them and do some work around the yard has been helpful.
Okay, that would be fun. You have a snowmobile or an ATV.
That's more to transportation around town these days.
I know, lots of fun now. We've got more snow this afternoon.
Oh, so light and lovely. Yeah, fantastic.
You know, because Paula, we needed more snow.
That's right.
Well, there's plenty to go around in Loudon, New Hampshire. Take a look at this picture that came in from Jeff, and boy, they are just buried in snow. He said he melted this down. It's about a 20-to-1 ratio, which means for every 1 inch of rainfall, you get 20 inches of snow. Really light and fluffy. Unbelievable stuff there. Another picture came in. It's a great nature photo. Pat sent this one in. The Cardinals saying, "Hey, woodpecker, get out of my suet. This is my dinner time." In Westminster, they picked up about a half foot of new snow, and now it's on its way out. So one last band here around Boston. It's raining down toward the Capes, just adding more slush to the equation there. Rain actually changed over into Plymouth area for a little time. Now most of it focused toward the mid-outer Cape, and then this is the last band of snow. Around Boston, Metro West, kind of curling its way through, the heaviest of which is moving up through the North Shore, Newburyport, the seacoast, and into Maine. If you're driving in that direction on 95, that's going to be the worst travel for the next couple of hours. In terms of temperature, still a lot of 20s. It's because of all this cold that stayed locked in that the jackpot snow totals were so high. That high snow ratio, light and fluffy, certainly an overperforming storm. Tonight, partial clearing. Be colder in the northwestern suburbs, all that fresh snow on the ground, single digits to teens in the 20s in the city of Boston and near the coast. Now tomorrow, another weather event. We get toward the morning, a little bit of sun. By lunchtime, the clouds are back. As we head into the afternoon, it's rainfall, and some snow should also be mixing in with this as we head through the day. Now around Boston, it's mainly rain. This 95 corridor, it's not going to be a snow event this time around. Maybe some wet flakes at the very tail end. But you will start to mix in some wet snowfall here across Worcester County, northern Middlesex, up into New Hampshire, and certainly New Hampshire and into Maine. The ski areas are giggling like schoolgirls at this point because it is the best possible vacation week in terms of ski conditions. So Codington maybe as much as 2 inches in this kind of teal shading. Most of the snow is to the north, 2 to 4 more on the top there, and some of the mountaintops may be doing even a little bit better than that. Highs tomorrow around the region, you can see why it would be mainly rain. Well up into the 30s for Boston, even the 40s toward the Cape and the islands, so it'll be a lot of slush around. 33 in Fitchburg, 34 in Worcester. With the colder air here, we might get again some more of that wet snow. Then we head toward the end of the week. An active pattern, yes, but as we head toward Friday, the next storm system takes a different kind of path. Moving up through the Great Lakes, mild air has a chance to work its way in. We'll be on the wet side of all this one. After that, as we get toward next week, pay no attention to that. A lot of cold will return, so we'll enjoy our thaw here. Thursday, we've got some sunshine, lower 40s. We jump up into the 50s on Friday for a small time. North of Boston, we may stay in the 40s throughout the day. 40s on Saturday, near 40 on Sunday, and then it's back down to the cold stuff as we head toward next week. We won't talk about that for right now. More details coming up in just a little bit.
The details might be too painful.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get it later from you. All right, thank you. Coming up tonight on WBZ News at 11, it's a whole new job market out there. More workers are feeling confident and saying the time is right to find something new.
The economy seems like it's turning around in the sense that people are able to find jobs that are more fitting for them.
The reasons workers are ready to test the waters again and some of the job opportunities that are returning. That's tonight on WBZ News at 11.
He plays a scheming, evil Washington politician in his hit show House of Cards.
But actor Kevin Spacey has a soft spot for Boston. Still ahead, he explains his love for the hub on Late Night with David Letterman.
Plus, protests in Sochi over the results of an Olympic hockey game. What has Russians so upset over the loss of to Team USA? Now let's check out with Jack Elise, see what's coming up next at 6.
Well, coming up on the news at 6, Jonathan and Paula, women on alert in Boston.
Yeah, 3 attacks in a matter of hours in one neighborhood yesterday. Why police think the assaults are connected.
And how about this? A star sighting, a celebrity's real-life role bringing him to the Boston area.
The local school he's checking out. We'll have details at 6 o'clock.
Feeling trapped in your job? Longing for a new opportunity? With a big change in the job market, it may finally be time to break free.
The economy seems like it's turning around.
We've seen some of the positions come back. We haven't seen in a while.
Why this might be the right year to switch jobs. Tonight on WBZ News at 11.
Workout World's running its $5 down sale. For 8 days only, join Workout World for just $5 down and only $10 a month with no commitment. Right, Steve? Oh, but hurry, sale ends February 25th at midnight. Only at Workout World.
Check out the lines on that beauty.
Very civic-minded.
I like something bigger. Can handle a rough ride.
The all-wheel drive CRV.
Well, maybe that bad boy. And all the cloth fiscally responsible.
Don't miss the Honda President's Day sales event, where you can get a great deal on a great new Honda. Check out the all-wheel drive CRV, the fun-to-drive Civic, or lease the award-winning Accord for just $219 a month.
That's a sweet deal. It seems we have a presidential Accord.
The Honda President's Day sales event ends soon at your New England Honda dealers.
Oil heat. You depend on it to keep your family warm. But what if there was a cleaner, more efficient heat made right here in America? A renewable, sustainable heat that makes oil heat better for you and the environment. Welcome to BioHeat. It works seamlessly with your existing home heating system and is delivered by the same friendly dealer you trust. We can make it a beautiful day. To learn more about switching to a better, cleaner home heat, visit bioheatonline.com.
A man pioneers a way to see the unseen. Radar. Forever providing safer journeys. The Mazda 6 uses radar in its available class-exclusive suite of 7 safety features for greater confidence behind the wheel. Introducing the Mazda 6. What do you drive? Now, lease the 2014 Mazda 6 Sport for $199 a month for 36 months.
Workout World's running its $5 down sale. For 8 days only, join Workout World for just $5 down and only $10 a month with no commitment. Right, Steve? Oh, but hurry, sale ends February 25th at midnight. Only at Workout World.
He pushes me down, slams my head against the ground. You never struck him with the ball of fist.
I want you to tell me the truth.
Judge Judy.
Tomorrow at 4 on WBZ-TV.
This was It's an historic day. Tonight, police in Kiev are using stun grenades and water cannons trying to control 20,000 anti-government protesters. At least 13 people, including 6 police officers, were killed in street clashes today. Ukrainian officers took down some of the opposition barricades in Independence Square, and many of the demonstrator tents were set on fire. Meantime, in neighboring Russia, American athletes continue to appear on the Olympic podium. We have a spoiler alert time now for you. Turn down the volume if you'd rather not hear today's results. But the U.S. earned another gold medal today. David Wise claimed the top spot in freestyle skiing halfpipe, and American Alex Diebold took the bronze in men's snowboard cross. And right now, American women Lauren Williams and Elena Myers lead at the halfway point of the two-person bobsled. So here's where we stand. The U.S. and the Netherlands are tied for first place in the medal haul with 20 each. Russia is close behind with 19.
Some Russian hockey fans are still seething 4 days after an American referee's controversial call that helped the U.S. defeat Russia in the tournament matchup. As Adriana Diaz shows us, the highly contested decision is now sparking protests.
Proud Russians chanted, "We are champions," near the Olympic Park in Sochi. But others are feeling cheated after a controversial hockey loss to the U.S. this weekend. This video from a pro-Kremlin website shows dozens protesting near the U.S. Embassy in Moscow Monday. Some had hockey sticks, others buckets of soap. They shouted, "Make soap out of the ref," a common Russian taunt at sporting events. They're talking about an American referee who called off the Russian goal because the net was dislodged from the ice. The goal would have given Russia a 3-2 lead with less than 5 minutes left in the game. Without it, the tie game went into overtime before the U.S. won in a shootout. But some Russian hockey fans here in Sochi aren't convinced the referee's no goal against Russia was a bad call. People always want to win, this fan said, but I think it was a fair game. You bet money?
Yes.
Even though they lost money, these fans are still showing sportsmanship. Referees are people too, he told me. They can make mistakes. Brooklyn-born Russian Ilya Kogan wasn't bothered by the call.
I'm happy with the outcome regardless, whatever it may be. USA, Russia, I'm a fan of both.
Most people we spoke to brushed off the loss, confident Russia will win gold in the end. Adriana Diaz, CBS News, Sochi.
President Vladimir Putin was one of the unhappy fans who watched Russia lose, but he told Russians to remember that sports takes both courage and luck. But you also have to factor in some skill there, too. New information about a hijacked aircraft.
And why the plane's co-pilot, who worked for the company for a decade, may have gone off the rails.
And it is a dangerous infection. Patients can get in the hospital. The push to stop its spread before it starts.
And a lot of other school districts are keeping a close eye on Taunton to see how this whole thing works out here.
It's the Jeopardy College Championship semifinals. 3 of America's best schools.
Go UCLA.
Go Princeton.
Go Doris. Anchor down. Face off for a chance to become champion.
Tonight at 7:30 on WBZ-TV.
Today's weather on WBZ is brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers.
Hey, Henry. Chevy President's Day is here.
Good luck.
Thanks. Get great offers on 2014 Chevy vehicles in stock. Hey, we just wouldn't want you to miss out.
Welcome to Chevy President's Day.
You got it. Just announced. Now get a 2014 Chevy Equinox LS for around $199 a month during Chevy President's Day. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Okay, 6 more visits and you'll have your new dentures.
6.
6.
How about 3?
6.
4.
6.
4.5.
6.
5.
6.
Okay, hold it. Let's try something new.
Okay, Mrs. Tucker, your dentures will be ready this Friday.
You can do that?
We do that.
No way.
Yes way.
No. No.
Yes.
Wow.
Aspen Dental is doing whatever it takes to give America a healthy mouth, like on-site denture labs for dentures in days, not weeks. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL, because your mouth is our mission.
Tonight's primetime lineup is brought to you by the Harlem Globetrotters. Playing TV Garden on Saturday, March 29th and Sunday, March 30th. Purchase tickets at the box office or online at Ticketmaster.com.
Sleepy's President's Day sale is being held over with half off practically every mattress in the store. Get our lowest prices ever on select Sealy Posturepedic and Beauty Rest Queen sets starting at just $3.99. twin mattress absolutely free with select models. During Sleepy's extended President's Mattress Sale, only at Sleepy's, the mattress professionals, making the world a better place to sleep.
The Toyota Tacoma, massive one-piece frame rails, fully boxed subframe. It's built to face New England's toughest conditions. Question is, can it face its toughest critics? Evidently, yes. The Toyota Tacoma, not only tough, but an incredible value. Toyota, let's go places.
Entertainment icon Penny Marshall, Grammy superstar will.i.am next week.
Tomorrow at 9 on WBZ.
Tonight at 5:30, we continue to follow breaking news out of Plastow, New Hampshire. 3 people found dead inside of a home, and it appears from carbon monoxide poisoning. The New Hampshire State Fire Marshal says that the victims are all young adults in their 30s and early 40s. Investigators are looking into a furnace problem. The home did have a working carbon monoxide detector, but the batteries were dead.
Also tonight, Mobile 4 is out on the roads checking conditions for you in this commuting hour or so. This is Woburn, 128, and you can see our snow event is winding down, but traffic is building and it's causing a few issues out on the roadways. And just in case you're keeping count, this is the 4th time most of us have seen the snowfall in the past week.
That was just the past day. Chief Meteorologist Eric Fisher joining us now and tracking this storm. And, you know, this thing had a pretty good punch for a few hours there.
Absolutely did. Some big snowfall rates out there this afternoon, all moving out now. I think a good saving grace for this, the fact that it's vacation week. There's less volume on the roads. Otherwise, it would be extra messy out there. Here's a look at the radar. The snow is just about all out of the area. We've got some rain still coming down across the Cape, compacting any of the snow you saw earlier on today. Around Boston, light snow, little arm that's reaching around Metro West and toward the North Shore, the seacoast and into Maine. That's where the heaviest snow is. And all this moves out within the next 45 minutes. Some big totals, though. Pepperell at 8.7, Stowe at 7 inches, half foot in Millis. Natick is almost up to a half foot of snowfall. We're trying to tally these up as they come in, so we'll be updating them throughout the evening. 8.2 in Littleton, Air at 8 inches, half foot in Westminster, and Plymouth at 2.5, just down there a couple days ago. So just adding on to the snow totals there. And this isn't the only one we're watching. We head through tomorrow in the morning. We start off dry, but another area low pressure does just what this one tried to do. Develop very quickly. A little bit warmer setup tomorrow. So this looks to feature more rain than snowfall. There will be some snow out toward Worcester County, and then that moves out. And finally, we get a break and a warm-up. We'll talk about both those things coming up in a little bit. Paul?
Eric, thank you so much. We'll see you then. Well, most Massachusetts students are on vacation this week with February vacation. Kids in Taunton are in school.
Yeah, they're concerned about the number of snow days in the past. The district changed their calendar, so instead of February vacation week, it was shortened to vacation 4-day weekend. As Bill Shields explains, this idea really could catch on.
Another day of snow during school vacation week, but here in Taunton, there was no February break.
I'd like to be sleeping, but it's okay.
That doesn't count as vacation.
It's just for me.
Last year, Taunton school officials said something had to give. By law, students have to be in school 180 days a year. Add in 5 snow days, and they're in school well into June. Officials didn't want it to go any later, so they've canceled February break.
Well, the snow was very difficult. It was piling up year after year. We kept finding ourselves going closer and closer to the end of June or the beginning of July even.
But kids being kids, they just want February vacation. You'd rather have vacation.
Yeah.
But they may be going to school in late June.
We already are anyways.
But parents, well, they don't seem to mind missing a school vacation week.
I'd rather them be off during the summer than during the winter anyways.
And a lot of other school districts are keeping a close eye on Taunton to see how this whole thing works out here.
What would the impact be? What would the ramifications be? Would it be good for students or not?
But there's something else in the works, statewide. The possibility of starting the school year early.
Another thing we've done that other districts have done prior to us, but works quite well, is to start school before Labor Day. And for the first time, Middleborough will be starting school before Labor Day this coming year.
Any way you look at it, the age-old February school break may be on the way out. In Taunton, I'm Bill Shields, WBZ News.
In fact, they actually did a survey in Taunton, and it showed that 73% of parents were in favor of just doing away with the February vacation week.
Well, a relative of that Ethiopian pilot accused of hijacking his own plane says the man had been distraught over the loss of an uncle. The plane was bound for Rome, and the co-pilot locked the pilot out of the cockpit, then diverted the plane to Geneva. This is some video from inside the Ethiopian Airlines jet moments after the plane landed. Police came on board and asked all of the passengers to put their hands over their heads, probably getting a handle on what was going on. The co-pilot will be charged with taking hostages, which is a crime punishable by up to 20 years in prison.
A 19-year-old lobsterman from Maine is alive tonight, all thanks to his father, who pulled him from the frigid ocean. Devin Pesci was working off the waters of York County, Maine with his dad when he got tangled up somehow in the ropes and he fell overboard. And in fact, the lobster traps dragged him down. But when his dad pulled him up, Devin was unconscious. So Dad performed CPR, got him breathing again. Devin's grandmother says that God was watching over him.
How do I feel? Just relieved. I can't, you have no idea how relieved. And you just praise the Lord, love him, and praise him, and praise him, and praise him.
Devin says he plans to go back out on the lobster boat. Grandma says she'll pray for him when he does. Paul?
Well, Jonathan, on the Health Watch today, when people go into the hospital, they expect to get better, not worse. But hospital infections are becoming more common. Kate Merrill shows us the efforts underway here in Boston to stop the spread of one of the most dangerous hospital infections.
Kevin McVeigh is feeling more than lucky these days.
I use the word a lot. I get emotional. It's called blessed.
For more than a year, he was deathly ill. It wasn't the colorectal cancer, but the bacterial infection he picked up during his cancer surgery.
It's like getting in a ring to an opponent you can't see, and this opponent is kicking you from one side of the ring to the other side of the ring.
C. diff, or Clostridium difficile, is a potentially deadly infection common in hospitals around the globe. 500,000 U.S. cases a year. Dr. Carolyn Alonzo is an infectious disease specialist at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center.
Patients in the hospital tend to be more vulnerable to this infection. They're oftentimes elderly, with weakened immune systems, on systemic antibiotics, so they're a susceptible population, and then the spores are present.
But now Beth Israel has hope that things could soon change. The Boston Hospital is part of a worldwide vaccine trial aimed at stopping the spread before it starts. And that means at-risk patients could get vaccinated at the start of their hospital stay.
It's going to be immense because once this settles in, this god-awful disease, there's no way to treat it. You can dance around it and try and hope, but it's very difficult because it gets a foothold on you.
The study will last about 3 years. It is completely voluntary. Kate Merrill, WBZ News.
Coming up next for us, $1 million piece of art dropped on purpose. Coming up, why one man committed an intentional crime inside a museum.
And we'll take you to the 111th American International Toy Fair. Right now, more than 30,000 play professionals from all around the globe are showing off their newest inventions for kids of all ages.
The lionfish is well known for its venomous spines, predatory nature, and fearless fashion sense. Zebra print, bold choice. The new aquarium experience. More animals, more exhibits, more incredible.
The President's Sale at Rothman's is being extended. Through Monday, save 50 to 70% on furniture, mattresses, flooring, and more. Like this great youth bedroom for just $4.99. Or this 7-piece dining room for just $12.99. Plus, pay no interest for up to 4 years and free delivery. The President's Sale is our biggest sale of the year, and it's extended through Monday, only at Rothman's, New England's largest furniture and flooring store. Fantastic.
The king tried to comfort the queen, knowing that their daughter would sleep for 100 years.
You never know when someone in the family is going to get sick.
Breakfast!
So it's good to know there's Minute Clinic, the walk-in clinic at CVS Pharmacy. Our nurse practitioners provide quality care every day with no appointment necessary and most insurance accepted. Minute Clinic, the walk-in clinic at CVS Pharmacy, where sports physicals are available every day.
This is the Bach Honda President's Day sales event.
Come on down.
At Bach Honda, we have everything you're looking for at one of our 2 great locations. Bach Honda on the Auto Mall, Route 1 in Norwood, or Bach Honda
Fulton Road in Westford, Mass. Drive home a brand new Honda CR-V 4x4 for just $148 per month. 2 great Bach Honda locations, 1 legendary low Bach Honda price.
Huge store-wide savings all this week at Appearance Major Brands President's Day sale. Get this quality Bosch stainless steel kitchen package for only $3,199. Plus get big savings on Frigidaire and LG French door refrigerators. Or buy this Frigidaire top-load washer for only $449 and get a free iron. And for this President's Day sale, you still get free delivery and 0% financing up to 4 full years.
When it comes to appliances, nobody ever beats a Barron's price.
Don't miss the New England Home Show this weekend, Friday through Sunday, at the Seaport World Trade Center, Boston. Get special deals on windows, doors, roofing, kitchens, baths, and so much more. The home show that has it all. Get details and savings online at newenglandhomeshows.com.
The traction challenge is on. The all-wheel drive Toyota Venza versus the worst winter driving surface AMCI testing can create. Ice. Traction test number 1, front wheels on ice. Traction test 2, rear wheels on ice. Now, all 4 wheels taking on 50 feet of ice. Result, Venza 3, ice 0. The winter-ready all-wheel drive Toyota Venza. Proof it's possible to have utility and style.
You can just go down the checklist of fun toys. They got zombies, monsters, turtles, other larger-than-life characters. You know, it may only be February, but toy makers are already thinking about what your kids will be wanting and pining for in December.
So Jerika Duncan takes us to the American International Toy Show in New York.
No matter what your age, there's something for everyone among the hundreds of thousands of items at this year's Toy Fair. What's new for 2014 includes the traditional, like building blocks with magnets inside.
We call it a new twist on an old classic. It's familiar to those who are old and young as well.
And bigger-than-life toys, like these giant Legos.
Really big, fun toys that are going to have that wow factor for the kids, but not all of them are going to pack that big price tag.
The company displays here are elaborate, but the average toy being shown at the fair only costs about $9.
Some are a lot less. These tiny collectibles go for less than $2. And what's old is new again, like Ninja Turtles, and traditional board games with new characters, including zombies.
All of these products were designed with 3-year-olds in mind.
And this year, there's special emphasis on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
We put tools in their hands that allow them to learn things just through playing. It's amazing to see what young children do with them.
Since today's kids have grown up with technology, electronic toys are big for every age group. Most of the toys here haven't even hit store shelves. They'll be rolled out through the year, many just in time for the holiday season. Jerika Duncan, CBS News, New York.
So if you look really, really hard, you'll see signs of spring popping up around town. We're going to show you what we found coming up next.
I'm actually interested to see that report. As a matter of fact, more snow in the forecast tomorrow, just a little bit, and then a warm-up. We've got the details.
All right, Derek, and as we have to break a quick look at what's hot tonight on CBSBoston.com.
You're tough, you're rugged, you're a New Englander. You know how to handle winter, and so do we. Eric Fisher and the WBZ Accuweather team breaking down the storms with our new ice scale.
That gives us severe impact.
Taking you out into the elements with the only mobile lab.
This is where we can see most of the snow stack up.
On TV, the radio, online, and on your cell. When winter's at its worst, we're here for you. WBZ Accuweather, your eye on winter storms.
Workout World's running its $5 down sale. For 8 days only, join Workout World for just $5 down and only $10 a month with no commitment. Right, Steve?
Oh,
but hurry, sale ends February 25th at midnight. Only at Workout World.
The Subaru Dealers of New England Washington's birthday sales event is going on now. Buy a brand new Subaru Outback with symmetrical all-wheel drive, standard. The Outback was awarded Top Safety Pick Plus by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Drive home a brand new Subaru Outback, well equipped at $23,795. Don't miss the Subaru Dealers of New England Washington's birthday sales event.
Life is full of surprises, some good, some not so good.
Don't get caught by surprise. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance enhanced coverage for auto, home, and business. Safety insurance will help you manage life's storms.
AdCare Hospital is a medical facility specializing in the treatment of alcohol and drug addiction.
From hospital level of care to outpatient services, AdCare provides individualized treatment.
Call 1-800-345-3552 or visit adcare.com.
Love to ski but hate the drive?
Ski Bradford.
15 trails, 100% snowmaking.
Lessons for all ages.
Snack bar, rentals, large base lodge.
Ski Bradford. Ski close to home.
Mr. Roosevelt has uncovered some disturbing news.
Guys, President's Day is not a day.
What about my birthday?
It's a sale. A giant, humongous sale.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event, where you can get a great deal on a great new Honda. Check out the fun-to-drive Civic. Lease the all-wheel drive CR-V for just $219 a month. Or lease the award-winning Accord for just $219 a month.
I should have at least been consulted.
Don't miss the Honda President's Day sales event at your New England Honda dealers.
Workout World's running its $5 down sale. For 8 days only, join Workout World for just $5 down and only $10 a month with no commitment. Right, Steve?
Oh,
but hurry, sale ends February 25th at midnight. Only at Workout World.
Beep, boop, boop, beep.
She says, switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds.
Call or click today.
CBS Money Watch Stock Update is brought to you by the all-new GMC Sierra.
We have some breaking news from Logan Airport, and it is weather-related this afternoon. A U.S. Airways plane collided with a de-icing truck. This is a photo from one of the passengers on board the plane. U.S. Airways Flight 740 was supposed to leave Boston at 3:30 for Philadelphia. Passengers say the pilot pulled back from the gate, and then the wing of the plane clipped that de-icing truck. No one was hurt, thankfully, but the passengers are now off the aircraft. We'll have more information as it becomes available, and you know, a couple of times I've heard everybody refer to this as nuisance snow this afternoon, but...
So I'm constantly looking for the glass half full.
Yeah.
I think we're all going to have great bathing suit bodies from all the shoveling and exercise we're doing. I mean, come on, we're going to be buff after all this.
We would hope.
The pictures have been coming in. You know, we're half crying and half laughing in the Weather Center because obviously a little more snow today than expected. And you take a look at some of these pictures and my goodness, there's a fire pit in Westford. It is just wall-to-wall snow on the ground there. Another picture coming in from Vanessa. Tough to deliver the mail. Just a little mailbox peeking out in a yard full of snowfall. And another picture coming in here. This one from Lee in Bradford. And the snow just everywhere you look. We're getting that time of year where usually you get a storm and the pictures stop coming in because people are thinking, just make it stop, make it go away. But thank you for all the reports. We really appreciate those today. The snow is on its way out. Not much left. A little bit of rain, especially on the outer Cape around Truro, National Seashore. A little bit of rain now in the city of Boston, and the snow itself is moving up through the North Shore and into the seacoast area, and then we'll all wrap up in the next 30 minutes. Snowfall totals, we've seen some pretty big numbers out there. 5 to 10 inches of snow in Nashua, certainly one of the bigger ones on the board. Southern New Hampshire really taking it on the chin, the fluffiest snowfall of all. It's 34 degrees now in Boston, so that snow from today is kind of compacting down with some rain, but it's very cold across the interior. Much of central and western Mass in the 20s, and so we'll fall back in the single digits in teens there tonight. Partial clearing, lower 20s in the city of Boston itself. So that cold start tomorrow. There'll be a little bit of sunshine to start the day, then the clouds are right back in as we head toward lunch, and then the rain starts to work its way back in. Notice the snow on the map, and I think there will be some snow in our forecast area. It's mostly rain. We're going to watch Worcester County in particular, the higher elevations, northwest Middlesex County, and certainly up into New Hampshire and into Vermont. Throughout the ski areas, we'll get more snow as we head through tomorrow. Another 2 to 5 inches possible there. A coating to as much as 2 inches in this teal shading, and then a few wet flakes on the tail end of this one moving into Boston, but it should not be a big deal. The vast majority is rain. In terms of our I-scale impact, this one is low. A little bit warmer in the atmosphere for this particular event, but it will be another sloppy afternoon, some slow travel, and certainly a lot of slush, maybe even a touch of poor drainage flooding to go along with all of this. That's Wednesday. We've got highs that are creeping up there just a little bit into the 30s in Boston, 33 in Fitchburg, 34 for Worcester, and 33 in Keene. We're cooler in the interior, 40s out toward the Cape. Then we get into a change as we head through the end of this week. We get a break on Thursday. We work in some sunshine. And as we head toward Friday, the next storm tracks through the Great Lakes. It's going to drag milder air up the East Coast. We'll get some rainfall. Sometimes we even go above 50 degrees. This window of mild air lasts through the weekend, and then the return. Let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about nicer things. Let's talk about Thursday and Friday and into Saturday. Now, Thursday, we're in the lower 40s. There'll be some sunshine. Friday, we've got squalls of rain. It'll be wet and windy. We'll stay in the 40s for the interior, but 50s around Boston and down toward the coastal plain. Saturday, breezy, but 40s should feel great. Right near 40 on Sunday with some snow showers, and then the cold is back for Monday and Tuesday. Here's a look at your schoolyard shout-out for today. Danielle Niles visited the Brook School. 4th graders here. This is all in Medford. No snow day today because there's already a snow day on vacation, but I'm sure many of them made a snowman in the backyard. Why not? Got to enjoy it.
How much fun they were having.
Kids are digging it, man. It was vacation week. You got fresh snow. The parents say, all right, go have fun.
Once they got a chance to go skiing.
Go sledding.
Eric, thank you very much. All right, how about this? This will warm you up. There are only 30 days to go until spring, but with all the snowy weather, that is still a daunting prospect.
So we sent John Keller out in search of early signs of spring. Here's what he found.
Down in Fort Myers, spring has sprung, but up here in the frozen tundra, signs of hope are hard to come by.
You have hope that spring will come?
Not really, not at this point, no. I think meeting you and your being here is the first reason that I have that maybe spring's coming up.
That's kind of pathetic, isn't it?
It is, I have to admit, it is kind of pathetic.
And as the snow piles build, so does our frustration.
Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. We need some kind of a sign that spring will really come. Wait a minute. Off in the distance. Could it be? Tell me it's not a mirage.
No, it's for real. The lights are on at this iconic South Boston hot dog stand where opening day has been pushed up to Saturday to appease spring-starved locals.
Oh, it's time. The garden centers are bringing in their spring supplies right now.
And over at Pemberton Gardens in Cambridge, owner Mark Sednaway is thinking spring with the help of budding forsythia and pussy willows.
When will we start to see crocuses? Well, first of all, you need the snow to melt, and I'm hoping for the middle of March at some point.
Another month? Too long to wait for some.
Batter up. Play ball.
We should all be as optimistic as him.
So hang in there, beleaguered New Englanders. It won't be long now before flowers, hot dogs, and baseball are back in season. But in the meantime, there's no reason why we can't pretend that this isn't even snow. Just think of it as A-Rod's dandruff.
Now, Katie Katzman, one of our web producers here at CBSBoston.com, drew my attention to another sign of spring. A new squirrel's nest being built in her backyard. Then again, if they're using that nest for auxiliary nut storage, maybe spring isn't as close as we thought. But I don't trust squirrels anyway. I don't believe a word they say.
What did Punxsutawney feel? He said something else. The rodent got it wrong again. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous.
There's a reason we call them rodents.
All right, John. Thank you.
Spring is far. John, thanks very much. Well, a South Florida man is facing some charges tonight after he broke a $1 million vase at a new art museum. And the thing is, he did it on purpose. The man said the act was a protest against the fact that local artists hadn't been able to secure display space in the Miami area. One of his friends took video of the incident, apparently for him, and that man is now charged with criminal mischief. This video shows why it is so important to get your sleep before you get behind the wheel. A bus driver in Idaho ran right off the road, crashing into trees and light poles. The camera went black before the bus hit a building. Investigators say the driver was negligent, driving while drowsy, and one passenger did suffer minor injuries.
Actor Kevin Spacey is once again talking about his love for our city. Last night, he was on The Late Show with David Letterman, where he passed along his well wishes. Now, you may remember, after the marathon bombings, the Oscar winner spent several days in Boston talking with people and walking around having his picture taken with everyone in sight. He said that he watched the coverage on TV and he felt he just needed to be with the survivors.
The people I met there, the way they responded, it was one of the most incredible 4 days I have ever had, and I hope that just people remember what they're going through. They're not over it. There's a lot of difficulty, a lot of money still to raise for people who are suffering. So I just send a shout out to Boston.
Good for you. Nice going.
On Letterman, Spacey also shared this picture of his dog. He named his pooch Boston. He adopted her during his visit here. She was one of the puppies brought to Spalding to visit with survivors.
Well, severe turbulence terrifies passengers and injures a flight attendant.
Coming up after the break, travelers describe the plunge and what happened next. Now here's Jack and Lisa with another look at what's coming up next at 6.
Well, it's hard to believe, but yes, we're talking about winter weather. Another commute, another storm.
Yes, we're tracking the very latest, and we have your AccuWeather forecast. Danielle?
And is this not the largest snow pile you've ever seen? 80 feet here in Natick, where the snow has stopped and the skies have partially cleared. We'll look at the biggest snowfall totals in your forecast. That's next.
In an Olympic year like this, everyone watches ski racing.
One of our racers is out there competing on the U.S. team. Say hello to Nick Krause.
My roots are here on Wachusett. There's a great mountain right in your backyard. For details on ski racing and all our ski programs, visit Wachusett.com.
Gentlemen, it's President's Day, and Clark Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has historic savings.
Over 300 cars, trucks, and SUVs priced to sell.
I can see the savings from here. Choose a 2014 Jeep Cherokee Sport, or Grand Caravan EVP, or Jeep Patriot Sport and save over $4,000, or Chrysler 200 Limited and save over $8,000. It's historic. It's President's Day and Ram Truck Month at Clark Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Methuen, or at clarkjeep.com.
Wachusett is famous for teaching people how to ski.
It's great exercise and a whole lot more fun than the gym. Our Learn to Ski programs include a lift ticket, lessons, and rentals.
Make this your year to learn to ski or snowboard.
A United Airlines flight attendant is in the hospital after the plane that she was on hit severe turbulence.
So terrifying. United Flight 1676 took more than 100 people from Denver to Billings, Montana. And there's word one mother even lost hold of her baby. As Alexis Christoforous shows us, 4 other people also suffered injuries just before the plane landed.
As United Flight 1676 descended into Billings, Montana Monday, passengers say the Boeing 737 dropped sharply and without warning.
There was a guy in front of me, actually, who lifted up and hit the ceiling of the plane.
There was a lot of screaming and a lot of hollering and things like that going on.
Passengers and crew members were sent flying about the cabin, and at least one crew member was seriously injured.
It's bleeding pretty badly, and they can't get it to stop, so they're requesting medical attention at the gate.
Shaken passengers say they've received little information from United about their terrifying ordeal. But in a statement to CBS News, the airline says its primary focus is assisting our employees and passengers who were injured, and our flight safety team will review what happened. Alexis Christoforous, CBS News, New York.
Wow. Good reminder to keep that belt on, even when you're seated on a flight. We have much more news still ahead.
That's going to do it for us at 5 o'clock. The news at 6 starts right now.
Heavy snow making travel treacherous on our roads.
Our stormy pattern continues, but there is a silver lining. Finally, some warm relief. I'll tell you which day we may top 50 degrees.
The Boston Red Sox back on the field for the first time since the World Series.
Every positional player is here in Fort Myers, ready to go to work, including the flying Hawaiian, Shane Victorino, who's talking Ellsbury, Gomes, and trying to defend.
Taken with Boston College, the celebrity dad checking out the campus in Chestnut Hill.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 6 starts right now.
We begin tonight with breaking news. 3 people found dead at a home in New Hampshire.
State Fire Marshal tells us they died of carbon monoxide poisoning. They were discovered inside a Plastow, New Hampshire home around noon today. Michael Rosenfield joins us live from the scene with late information. Michael?
Hi, Jack. Yes, tragic scene here in Plastow, New Hampshire right now. The State Fire Marshal confirming 3 dead in a home and a 4th taken to the hospital. The cause here, carbon monoxide poisoning. All of the victims were in one home here on Center Circle. All are adults in their 30s and 40s, but it's unclear what their relationship is. Authorities tell us that local police got a call from a friend who had been trying to reach them. Police responded here around 11:30 this morning and found the victims in the home. The deceased are 2 men and 1 woman. Investigators on the scene right now say the source of the carbon monoxide was the propane heating system. They've also learned there was a carbon monoxide detector in the home, but the batteries had been removed. Firefighters tell me this is a stark reminder about the importance of functioning carbon monoxide detectors, and to make sure gas appliances are always vented. And if you have an outside vent, keep it clear. This time of year, especially this season with all the snow we've had, today included, the snow can pile up quickly on those vents. Carbon monoxide can also build up quickly. It is toxic, it is odorless, so it is difficult to detect on your own. Again, the State Fire Marshal's office telling us that 3 are dead, 1 injured in a home here on Center Circle in Plastow, New Hampshire. The victims of carbon monoxide poisoning. Investigators in the home right now. We're live in Plastow. Michael Rosenfield, WBZ News.
And we have this breaking news now from Logan Airport. A U.S. Airways plane has collided with a de-icing truck. This is a photo one of the passengers on board took. U.S. Airways Flight 740 was supposed to leave Boston for Philadelphia at 3:30. Passengers say the pilot pulled back from the gate, and that's when the wing of the plane clipped the de-icing truck. No one was hurt, and the passengers are now off this aircraft.
Well, it happened again. Afternoon snow making for slick and very slow roads on this Tuesday commute. Snow has, of course, been falling for hours, days, decades.
Weeks. It's tapering off now, thank goodness, but unfortunately we're not out of the woods yet. Our chief meteorologist, Eric Fisher, joins us with the forecast. Eric, are we ever out of the woods in this season?
Yeah, April, May, they're going to be wonderful months. A great time to get outside, but lately, not so much unless you're wearing a pair of skis or getting around town on the snowmobile. Here's the snow right now. It's just about all wrapped up across the state. A little bit of rain around P-Town, reaching back toward Truro, Boston Beach. Boston, we've got a couple of raindrops. Got a little bit of snow coming down the North Shore, but the heaviest now is up the 95 corridor toward Portland. If you're traveling in this direction, really poor conditions, some heavy snow and low visibility. Snowfall today will certainly, especially up toward the Merrimack Valley into New Hampshire, a major fluff factor and some big totals. 6 to 10 inches of snow. Leominster up toward Manchester and Concord. At 3 to 6 inches here just outside of Boston. Get over toward Waltham and into Lexington and Concord, closer to a half foot. In the city itself and near the coast, the snow was so wet that really didn't add up to too much on the roads. You had 30s here anywhere from Rockport to Gloucester with about a half inch of snow. A couple inches outside of our studio here around Alston, but in the interior, we say the teens and 20s all day long, light and fluffy, big snow ratios, and to go along with that, a lot of snow in the backyard. Now, Danielle Niles is in Natick. She has been taking a look at the snowfall there, and Danielle, we can see what the season has brought to that particular parking lot.
Absolutely, Eric. I mean, if this 80-foot, 6-inch snow pile is not an indication of how this winter has gone, then I don't know what is. This is the biggest snow pile I have ever seen. But you get this much snow, and you need to put it somewhere. We are right along Route 9 across the street from Shoppers World, where the snow started to come down just before noontime, and it was snowing hard through the course of the afternoon, a rate of about 1 inch per hour, and now that snow has stopped. We picked up just under 6 inches of snowfall here. It is a fluffier consistency, just like Eric was mentioning. Colder air here, just west of Boston. Now, snowfall total is impressive. Nashua, New Hampshire, 9.5 inches. Westford picking up 9. Carlisle, Massachusetts picking up just over 7. Topsfield on the map there as well, picking up several inches of snow. West Peabody was picking up several too. So we have impressive totals all across the state, obviously, depending on where you were. West Peabody picking up 5. Then you get to Boxborough, 9 inches. Georgetown, half a foot. Same in Westminster. Norwood picking up 5.1. And Plymouth, 2.5 inches of snow. Back here live in Natick, I can see some breaks in the cloud cover, a little bit of partial clearing overhead. And I have to say, being here all afternoon and kind of watching the roads deteriorate and then improve. Route 9 is moving very well right now, down to some clear pavement, but a lot of the side roads right along Shoppers World Drive are still snow-covered. And Jack and Lisa have had a couple trips up and down this mountain of snow today. One more in honor of the Olympics. Brought my skis. They're up at the top. Guess I got to climb up and get them back down in a few minutes.
Well, it's a perfect place to do it, Danielle. Thank you. Add snow to the evening commute, it's not as beautiful as what we saw right there, and it's always a recipe for trouble. Tonight is no exception. Very slow going in spots, and a number of accidents are out there on the roads. Our Ken McLeod is out there on the roads with Mobile 4. He is live in 93 North in Andover. Ken, earlier today, even that road was a mess. How is it now?
Well, you're going to see that in just a second. You know, when I checked in about an hour ago, Lisa, we were in the Medford stretch of 93 North, and it was down to the pavement. Well, check it out right here. We are now, as you said, approaching Andover. Boy, it is slushy, it is snowing, And believe it or not, the traffic is actually moving better than it has for the past hour or so. You know, just go figure. Having said that, though, the trek north from the Mass Pike to 128 took us an hour and 10 minutes. And from what we're hearing, it's painfully slow on most commuter arteries heading north out of Boston. 93, 495, the northern stretch of 95, and Route 2 heading out from northern Worcester County. Plow brigade still at work on those roads, and the lousy traffic kind of reflects that. Let's take a look out our rear camera here as we talk about the Pike. Westbound the Pike, no picnic either. State police have dropped the speed to 40 miles per hour, but they are not in the snow anymore. Up here, the snow is pulling out, but the rush hour damage, as you can see, is done. And if the interstate looks like this, you can imagine the secondary roads are a struggle as well. Live in Mobile 4 tonight on 93 in Andover, I'm Ken McLeod, WBZ News. Lisa and Jack, back to you.
All right, Ken, thank you. Southern New Hampshire taking the biggest hit from this latest storm. Like everyone else in New England, people in Manchester are getting a little tired of shoveling. But it comes with the territory. People are doing the best they can to try to keep up. The concern for officials is making sure streets are clear for emergency vehicles and snow building up on rooftops. They have to be careful. WBZ weather team is you covered in the seemingly endless winter. You can always go to cbsboston.com. You'll find our interactive radar information about travel delays. And for context, you can also check out our weather blog. You know, those who live north and west of Boston saw the most snow today, and we sent Paul Burton out in Concord to check it out for us. Paul.
Well, Jack, fortunately, the snow has just ended here in Concord. It was actually pretty neat to see the clouds clearing away. As you can see, the road is down to pretty much bare pavement, but that was not the case about 45 minutes ago. It was a real mess. Let me show you some video of that. All in all, like we said, about 6 inches out here of snow on the ground. Earlier today, much of the highway was slush and snow covered. It was falling at a pretty good clip. We saw some slipping and sliding of cars. Unfortunately, no accidents along the way. Now, most people we spoke with today said they're so tired of all the snow. It's been one snowstorm after another. Folks are running out of places to put it all. As for the travel, be very careful.
I'm going over to Leominster, and it's been slow going. 95 was really slow. Route 2 looks like it'll be a little bit better, but it's bumper to bumper the whole way.
Overall, you tired of the snow?
Yeah, sick of it.
Well, my windshield wiper broke, so I'm waiting for roadside assistance.
Describe the conditions out there.
It was pretty treacherous. I mean, I've been under here for like 2.5 hours, so I don't know what it's like right now, but I'm sure it's worse than it was earlier.
Are you tired of the snow, or you love the snow?
I'm tired of the snow. I'm ready for it to be over.
And she is not alone. So many people are ready for this to be over. Traffic is pretty busy out here along Route 2, but things are clearing up, and hopefully warmer days are ahead. Live in Concord, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News. Lisa, Jack, back to you.
Paul, thank you. Other news tonight, people in East Boston are on alert after 3 attacks on women in a matter of hours. Police believe all 3 were sexually assaulted yesterday by the same man. And as Christina Hager explains, in the last attack, he threatened his victim with a knife.
In a neighborhood of snowbanks and crime watch signs, police are looking for a violent sexual predator.
That it was in broad daylight in 3 in one day is... That's like the most surprising part about it.
Trenton Street, 4:28 p.m. A woman was taking out her trash Monday when she said a strange man grabbed her from behind, pushed her to the ground, and tried to sexually assault her.
I'm really surprised about it.
Same street, 4:50 p.m., a woman was stepping into her apartment when a man came from behind and knocked her over.
You wouldn't think that something like that would happen, especially in the wintertime.
Chelsea Street, 8:03 p.m., less than a half a mile away, another woman with the same story. This time, he had a knife.
The women did exactly what police recommend. They made noise and they fought off the attacker before he could seriously hurt them. And they all gave similar descriptions of him, saying he reeked heavily of alcohol and had a visible mole on his left cheek.
It made me surprised because, you know, I live here and the people is quiet, it's friendly.
Broad daylight and weather that ought to keep people inside. Yet as the snow comes down, women here can't let their guard down. In East Boston, Christina Hager, WBZ News.
And coming up here on WBZ News, forget February vacation. Why one local school is spending this week in the classroom.
Plus, together again, the world champion Red Sox suit up and hit the field for the first time since the World Series. We'll take you live to Fort Myers, Florida next.
And from the big screen.
Spring to BC while Liam Neeson was on campus today.
We're talking to you, Spring. I know where you are. I will find you, and I will get you. So Liam Neeson, we're talking about this forecast. We do have a warm-up ahead. We'll talk about it next.
Hey, son. Can I borrow your car?
Again? How long? Not long. You're not going to do anything stupid, are you? Oh. And have it home by 10. 10? Okay, midnight.
The Mercedes-Benz CLA. Available at her Chambers for an affordable $30,895.
Hear that? That's your vacation calling. It's time for the annual AAA Travel Marketplace with vacations to fit your style and budget. Everyone's going to be there, including AAA travel counselors, to help you find and book your next dream vacation. You deserve a vacation. AAA Travel Marketplace is open to everyone, and parking is free. See you March 7th, 8th, and 9th at Gillette Stadium, Putnam Club East.
Love to ski but hate the drive?
Ski Bradford.
15 trails, 100% snowmaking.
Lessons for all ages.
Snack bar, rentals, large base lodge.
Ski Bradford. Ski close to home.
The Subaru Dealers of New England Washington's birthday sales event is going on now. Buy a brand new Subaru Forester, Motor Trend's 2014 Sport Utility of the Year, and was awarded Top Safety Pick Plus by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety. Drive home a brand new Subaru Forester for only $21,995. Don't miss the Subaru Dealers of New England Washington's birthday sales event.
Report a claim. Pay your bill. Safety's mobile app is just one more way we help you manage life's storms. For auto, home, and business, ask your independent agent about safety insurance.
There's something to be said about good leather. It lasts forever, just like my old baseball glove. And leather furniture lasts a long time, too. Right now, buy any leather living room for $14.99 or more, and you'll get 2 free tickets to see the Red Sox home opener at Fenway. Or 2 free tickets to see the Red Sox play New York at Fenway. Tickets are limited, so don't wait. The perfect leather living room and up to 48 months no interest financing. The only tough decision will be which game.
Fact, the 100% electric Nissan Leaf is more fun than ever. Sees better than ever. Charges faster and will charge, cool, and heat from your phone. Fact, Leaf never needs gas. Ever. Good for the world, built in America. Now, Leaf's an easier choice than ever. Shop at ChooseNissan.com.
Well, if you're in your car and you're driving 93 north in Andover, this is what you'd be seeing. These are live pictures. You can see some of the slush on the side of the road, but traffic finally is moving. It was kind of really rotten throughout the area this afternoon. That's a personal term, but I was out in it, Lisa.
And I
was out in it.
That about sums it up for everyone. As Eric mentioned a moment ago, didn't get that much around the city, but it doesn't take much to mess up these roads, Eric. It was awful.
It's snow fatigue at this point, too. After I just vaguely attempt to quote Liam Neeson, Barry and Terry and the weather office are like, you're starting to crack up. You're starting to lose it a little bit. Well, maybe this is why. Take a look at Boston. We've seen miserable snow 9 of the last 18 days in the city and below normal temperatures for 15 of the last 16 days. A winter to remember so far. Here's one picture that came in from Lowell. Giant piles of snow just everywhere you look. Everything is pretty much just coated in a fresh area of snow that came on down. And then you take a look at this picture from Jen. Wintry scene in Salem, New Hampshire. We've got icicles, we've got snow, we've got cold. We've got a little bit of everything here into New England. The snow is on its way out now out across southwest Maine. A little bit of snow left over in the Cape Ann area, North Shore, and that will be ending in the next 15 minutes or so. Temperatures chilly, 20s to around 30 degrees. It's actually a little bit of clearing over at Nantucket and Cape Cod right now in parts of the Vineyard. And tonight we will see more partial clearing. Single digits in teens in the northwestern suburbs, about 22 for a low right around the city of Boston. Now we're not done with this pattern yet. We head through tomorrow. There'll be a little bit of morning sun as we head toward lunch. The clouds thick again, and then go into the afternoon from noontime onward. Rain moving across the area, and there will be some snow involved with this one. It's a little bit warmer than what we saw today for sure. And so we've got mainly rain from metro Boston down toward the Cape. A lot of slush, but that's going to be your main concern. There will be some mixing here, Worcester County to northwestern Middlesex and into southern New Hampshire. So some wet snow will also be a part of this. And then all snow farther to the north. Ski areas, again, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. It has been a fantastic run, at least for them, leading into vacation week. So coating to as much as 2 inches, the 2-inch potential a little farther to the north here and also out toward the Berkshires. Most of the snow is going to be off to our north of this one. And at the tail end, some wet flakes may collapse toward the coast with very little accumulation. So on our ice scale, it's a low impact event for tomorrow. Well, there will be a lot of slush for much of eastern Massachusetts, some snow too, and some slow travel to be sure all across the area, whether it's rain or snow involved with this one. Highs tomorrow well up into the 30s. We won't have those teens and 20s stuck here across the interior like we had today, producing all of that snowfall. Then we head toward the end of this week. We take a breath. We get a break. We head into Thursday. We'll get a little bit of sunshine. Then we head into Friday, and the storm system is going to move up through the Great Lakes. Warm front will wash across New England, bringing some mild air, especially from the Boston area southward. We're going to enjoy that for a couple of days before the cold returns next week, but at least we get a little chance to catch our breath with this one. It's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Once we get through tomorrow, we're in the 40s on Thursday. We've got some sunshine, much more mild, some melting snow. We'll see showers around, windy conditions on Friday. Boston down toward the coastal plain in the 50s. We'll stay in the 40s for much of the interior. Saturday, a great start to the weekend. A couple of rain and snow showers on Sunday. And then the cold is back for Monday and Tuesday. I hate to say it, but next week looks awfully cold and perhaps snowy again. Jack, Lisa, back to you.
All right, Eric, thank you. We think. This is why it feels so good to talk about the Red Sox.
Yeah, take it away and make us feel better, Steve.
All right, we're going to head south together, Jack. Why not? We do that, just that. It was reporting day for Red Sox position players down in Fort Myers. Everyone was accounted for, and seriously, look at the weather around here. These guys couldn't wait to get to Florida. David Ortiz took some big cuts in the cage. He's scheduled to meet with reporters mañana tomorrow, but David probably took some big shots at members of the media who get on his case for talking about his contract situation. Ortiz told the Boston Herald, quote, "I don't even know why they're expletive about me talking about contracts. Guys putting up my numbers, they're making 25, 30 million. I'm not asking for that. I'm asking for half of it. And they're still expletive about it. And then I'm tired of hearing them talk about expletive about me when I talk about my contract. Hey, every time I talk about my contract, I earn it. Expletive. So don't be giving me that expletive." All right, let's go down to Dan Roach in Fort Myers. And here's Warren, another Red Sox player, star, who reported today.
1 year ago, then newcomer Shane Victorino walked into the camp with a team that had finished last in the American League East.
Would I have said that a year later I go back to, back to the same time a year and said, I'm a World Series champion? I would have never said that, but I think that's the kind of things about this game that you sit back, you reflect on, you enjoy.
Yes, the Flying Hawaiian enjoyed the 2013 Red Sox postseason run, but the 33-year-old veteran, who also won a title with Philly, comes into this camp looking ahead.
I think, it's great to be known as World Series champion, but, this is a whole new year. The target's on your back. Everybody's going to come after you. Everybody's going to want to take that trophy from you. So, we focus on just worrying about what we got to do and take one game at a time.
One player Victorino won't have next to him this season is Jacoby Ellsbury, who's now a member of the Evil Empire.
I think if he signed anywhere else, it probably wouldn't have been, so drastic. But at the end of the day, we, guys are going to get their opportunity, and whoever it may be, between Jackie and Grady, I'm excited.
With Ellsbury gone, Victorino may bat leadoff, something he's done before, but with limited success.
I don't care where I hit. I said it all along. Whatever opportunity presents itself, I'm ready for it, whether it be leadoff, whether it be down the lineup, wherever.
And finally, Victorino was asked for a thought on the now clean-shaven Johnny Gomes.
I told him we teased him, we looked like a freshman in high school, clean-shaved. But he said, don't judge a book by its cover, and I said, I will promise you, I know one thing, I will not judge your book by the cover.
The Flying Hawaii. It's time now for our Olympic update. Cover your ears and eyes for the next 30 seconds if you don't want to know the results. Jack's doing exactly that. In men's hockey, David Krejci had a goal and an assist as the Czech Republic beat Slovakia 5-3. They'll face the U.S. in the quarterfinals tomorrow at noon. The U.S. is tied with the Netherlands for the top spot in medal count with 20. David Wise won a gold medal for the U.S. in half-pipe skiing. Vermont's Alex DeBoer won a bronze in men's snowboard cross. Football news for all you hoping to Tony Gonzalez was put off retirement and joined the Patriots this year. Not going to happen. Today, the former All-Pro tight end joined CBS Sports as an analyst for the NFL Today. Dan Marino and Shannon Sharp will not be back with CBS next season.
Really?
Those two end up
Wow.
making changes.
All right.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah.
And the CBS Evening News is coming up next at 6:30.
And once again, Scott Pelley joins us live from New York City with a preview. Scott?
It's great to be with you in Boston. We are following the developing chaos in Kiev, one of Europe's largest cities, where police have decided to crack down once and for all on 20,000 protesters. That is the protesters' village that you see burning there. Many people have been killed. We will have a correspondent report from the square, and Charlie Daggett try to explain to us how all of this violence began. We'll have that for you in the rest of the world news on the CBS Evening News in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Scott. And still ahead here on WBZ, cutting into vacation, the calendar change in some school districts, and what this could mean for your family time.
Your all-time favorite Amazing Race All-Star teams are back, baby, for another shot at the $1 million prize.
We're going back home with a pocket full of money.
For the most challenging, you did it, exciting,
I'm not killing myself for nothing.
amazing race ever. But one team might not make it to the starting line. The Amazing Race All-Stars premieres Sunday, only CBS.
A man pioneers a way to see the unseen. Radar. Forever providing safer journeys. The Mazda 6 uses radar in its available class-exclusive suite of 7 safety features for greater confidence behind the wheel. Introducing the Mazda 6. What do you drive? Now, lease the 2014 Mazda 6 Sport for $199 a month for 36 months.
Good is in every Blue Diamond almond. A good that comes in 25 flavors, from whole natural to wasabi and soy sauce. And once good gets going, there's no stopping it. Get your good going. Blue Diamond, snack nut of U.S. snowboarding.
Sleepy's President's Day sale is being held over with half off practically every mattress in the store. Get Beauty Rest Queen sets starting at just $3.99. Only at Sleepy's, the mattress professionals. Making the world a better place to sleep.
This month, exercise your freedom of choice at your Buick dealer. Elect to join the thousands of Americans every month who are switching to Buick's innovative technology, design, and luxury. And with 2 years of scheduled maintenance on any 2014 Buick model, February is a great time to experience Buick. Now through February 28th, use your President's Day bonus cash to lease this 2014 Verano for around $199 per month. Find your dealer at BuickDealer.com.
Ladies, how are you? It's Casey. Seize your vacation with a Southwest Airlines sale. Go to Southwest.com, where our lowest fares are now available, as low as $69 one way. Book now at Southwest.com and Carpe Vacay. Let's make this clear. Toyota offers more vehicles with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive than any other brand. Period. Like the stylish winter-ready RAV4 with a 5-star overall safety rating and Toyota's most advanced all-wheel drive system. So see your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive specialist. Clear enough? Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's get the latest on some breaking news coming out of Logan Airport tonight, where a U.S. Airways plane has collided with a de-icing truck. We have a photo taken by one of the passengers on board that plane. U.S. Airways Flight 740 was supposed to leave Boston at 3:30 for Philadelphia. Passengers say the pilot pulled back from the gate then. The wing of the plane clipped the de-icing truck. Nobody hurt. They took all the passengers off to check everything out. In Taunton, students are spending their February vacation in the classroom. Last year, the district decided to change the calendar to shorten the break to just a 4-day weekend because of concern over the number of snow days.
The
Snow was very difficult. It was piling up year after year. We kept finding ourselves going closer and closer to the end of June or the beginning of July.
This is downright interesting. While kids might not enjoy the shortened vacation, parents are all for it. A survey in Taunton showed almost 3/4 of all parents there in favor of doing away with that spring break.
Well, that is one approach. Other schools that are taking a lot of snow days right now come up with different solutions. For example, they're scaling back summer vacation. Kids won't like the sound of that, and a lot of parents won't either. Labor Day falls on Monday, September 1st this year. Several districts, though, are planning to start even earlier. For example, Abington students, they're going to go back to school on August 26th, and other schools, including Middleborough and Whitman-Hanson, they'll be going back August 27th. Jack?
Well, how about that? Still ahead, Hollywood in the hunt. A sighting today, a celebrity dad taking a serious interest in one local college. We'll tell you who and where in a moment.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Honda. Start something special with great leases and low financing on a new Honda. Visit shophonda.com or visit your local Honda dealer.
Feeling trapped in your job? Longing for a new opportunity? With a big change in the job market, it may finally be time to break free.
The economy seems like it's turning around. We're seeing some of the positions come back. We haven't seen in a while.
Why this might be the right year to switch jobs. Tonight on WBZ News at 11.
Cambridge Eye Doctors is now VisionWorks. Get 2 complete pairs for $99 or 2 pairs of no-line bifocals for $179. Find more than a pair of glasses. Find a better you. VisionWorks.
This is the Bach Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event. At Bach Toyota, we have everything you're looking for, all at legendary low Bach Toyota prices. Drive home a brand new Toyota Camry, America's best-selling automobile, for just $95 per month. That's right, lease a brand new Toyota Camry that gets 35 miles per gallon for only $95 per month. We've got it!
Take advantage of the event of the year. Don't just dream about new furniture from Bernie & Phil's. Come into any showroom or shop online at BernieandPhils.com and we'll give you a discount equal to double the mass sales tax off your entire purchase. And because this event is huge, you'll also pay nothing in interest. Get great furniture, a double the mass tax discount, and free financing, but it only lasts 1 week. Get to Bernie & Phil's Furniture today.
You have peripheral neuropathy. I described the pain in my legs. The other doctors I went to, they prescribed medications. Gabapentin, Lyrica, Neurontin, Cymbalta. All I wanted was for the pain to stop. What I wanted was New England Health and Wellness. A team of doctors with a new treatment that will give you your life back. That's New England Health and Wellness. And end the pain. It's all I wanted. Call now to speak with one of our specialists. New England Health and Wellness, 978-788-9355. Guys, President's Day is February 17th. My birthday is the 22nd.
And my birthday, the 12th.
President's Day is not a birthday? I find it unconstitutional.
It's a sale. A giant, humongous sale.
It's the Honda President's Day sales event, where you can get a great deal on a great new Honda. Check out the fun-to-drive Civic, the award-winning Accord, or lease the all-wheel drive CR-V for just $219 a month.
It's a sale for the people.
Don't miss the Honda President's Day sales event at your New England Honda dealers.
Cambridge Eye Doctors is now VisionWorks. At VisionWorks, we accept any valid prescription, so you can see any eye doctor and still get our great selection and value. Find more than a pair of glasses. Find a better you.
The CBS Evening News, celebrating 50 years of the very best original reporting.
Coming up tonight here at 11 o'clock, could it be another sign of an improving economy? Many more workers right now say they are ready to jump ship and change jobs. The actual number is staggering. Why they're feeling so optimistic about their chances and where the opportunities are. That's tonight at 11 here on WBZ News.
Don't go. Hang on to your job.
Boston College is going Hollywood today.
Yeah, actor Liam Neeson was spotted around campus. This school says that Neeson was there with his son looking at colleges. Several students, even the BZ alumni group, tweeted out pictures of the famous actor around the Chestnut Hill campus today.
And before we go, what are we in store for tonight?
I just want to close my eyes. No, tonight's is fine. Tonight is clearing out. Temperatures teens and 20s. Tomorrow's all around. It's mainly rain tomorrow, but there will be some wet snow, especially Worcester County northward.
We've been warned.
Denver going to have a wonderful weekend and then bar the doors.
We're not talking about that right now.
Hey, have a great night tonight.